Amplified Unit! Red Team, go! My channel members, activate those gold cards! It's time to wake up, get up, and get amplified! Now, clearly, we are still out in the world, man. We catching flights, closing big-time deals. We rocking across the country. We staying amplified. And BC hopes that all of you guys are doing the same as you rock into the weekend. Now, before we get into this SmackDown, April 14th, 2023 review podcast, BC has two favors to ask. Number one is obvious. Smash that up for BC, will ya? Help out the algorithm. Drop that Macho Man flying elbow on that like button. I appreciate that big time. That goes without saying. The second thing I'm going to ask from you guys, man, is something I've wanted to ask for several weeks now. I need to get a good gauge on my amplified unit, a microcosm of the greater spectrum of the pro wrestling community. So I need you guys down below. One word, or 3 letters if it's NXT. But if you can only catch one show a week, if magically, expecto petroleum, we wave a wizarding wand, and every other wrestling show disappears, you can only have one show, what would it be? Monday Night Raw? Just put Raw down below, or SmackDown, or Dynamite, or NXT, or Impact Wrestling, guys. We'll make it 5 options. Deal? No Rampage, guys. No other show. We're just going to stay 5 options because this is going to help me because I'm actually going to tally all of this, guys, sometime over the weekend. So again, if you can only watch one show a week from here on out, that's the rules. All the other shows, they just disappear into thin air. And you're only left with one show. What would the one show be that you would choose? Would it be Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, NXT, or Impact? One of those 5. What would the show be, guys? I greatly appreciate if as many of you guys as possible can participate because, again, I am going to tally all this. It's basically like voting. And I'm going to tally it all together, and I really want to gauge my amplified unit, see exactly where your interest is at the most show-wise. So I appreciate that, guys. We are going to go over SmackDown, the full review for last night, but that's something that I've wanted to ask for a couple weeks, and I think this is the right time to do it. Since I am out in the world, a lot of travel, and I'm just in a lot of coffee lines this week. So this is the perfect time to ask that question. If you can only choose one show, if you only have one show to watch a week, what is it? And choose wisely, guys, because that's it. Like, if you pick Raw, that's it. You can't watch any other show. It's Raw every week till the end of time. So pick your show wisely, man. But what would it be? Honestly, think about it. Like what works for your schedule? If you work on certain days, what's the one show you would want to come back and just unwind to? Is it Raw because it's 3 hours? Is it SmackDown because maybe it's a little better? Is it Dynamite because you just prefer AEW? Do you like Impact Wrestling show better than anything else? Is NXT your cup of coffee? Answer down below, guys. Just jot. It takes a couple seconds. Just jot down one word down below. Whatever your favorite show is, that's the show that you would watch and be okay with every other show disappearing. I appreciate it, guys. I'm going to tally it all up. Much love and respect. All right. That's it. That's all I'm going to ask for you. It's free of charge. Doesn't cost a damn dime. Smash the up. Jot your favorite show down below. That's all I ask. Now, what you're going to get in return is B motherfucking C getting fully amplified on this sumbitchin' show. So let's waste no more time. Let's do this. Think, be, live, amped right the fuck now. First off, we got Pyro! Pyro to start the show! Now, that may not seem like much to a lot of you guys, but for BC, it shows some level of fucks given by this damn company. We're not asking you to do much, man. Just give us a little bit of a lifeline. Give us a little bit of a pulse at the start of the show. Show that you actually care. A little bit of pyro goes a long way. Damn, man. Now, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn start us off. It doesn't take long for the bloodline to show up. Minus a Roman Reigns, of course, because, well, Roman doesn't show up to work most days. Roman is enjoying his 6-week vacation while holding the fucking titles! Basically, it was the right call at WrestleMania, basically. Adversity, basically. Struggle, basically. Cody needs to earn it, basically. Yeah, how's that working out for you? You could put Roman Reigns on the side of a milk carton, put him on every fucking, in every other 50 states, every town, every city. It wouldn't matter. You ain't getting Roman Reigns before Backlash. Maybe he graces us with his damn presence to cut a 2-minute promo with his fucking cousins. Meanwhile, Cody's gotta put an entire feud on his back for the main event of Backlash with another guy who doesn't show up to work. But it makes sense, basically. It's adversity, basically. It's exactly what it is. Anyway, you have the bloodline out there with Sami and Owens. They all start to brawl, and then before you know it, bro, Scooter McGee hits the ring and evens the odds. This is the same exact segment we've seen for 4 straight shows. Literally! Do you guys realize that this is the same shit we've seen 4 shows in a row? Last Monday when Scooter McGee returned, then on Friday, then this past Monday, they somehow made it from their flight delays to do the same segment they did last Monday and last Friday. They did it again on Monday. And then last night to start the show. 4 brawls in a row. They don't know what they're doing, man. We're just gonna get tag matches and single matches. Later in the night, they already announced the rematch from WrestleMania 1's main event, Usos and Sami and Owens. We'll go over that when we get to our number 2's main event. But you're going to get that tag match. You're seeing Solo and Owens from Monday. You're going to see Sami and Solo probably this Monday. You saw Matt Riddle and Solo in the main event last night. It's all you're going to get, and they're going to brawl every show, and then we're going to get to Puerto Rico, and we're going to get all 6 dudes in the same fucking shit we've been seeing. Basically, tell me how you really feel, man. I'm starting to get... I'm getting the picture that you don't like this scenario, basically. You think? What came to that conclusion, numbnuts? There's nothing about these 6 dudes right now that is intriguing me, and I love the Sami Zayn bloodline shit leading up to Mania, the addition of Kevin Owens. I've loved it all. At WrestleMania, it ended, guys. The only problem is, it never ended. And now we're just seeing this weird shit continue. You just add in Scooter McGee because 4.5 months ago, Solo took him out. And I'm supposed to act, most of us are supposed to act like Scooter McGee is a main event player with Sami Zayn. Oh, my goodness, man. No shade to Scooter, by the way. I don't even mind the guy. It's just he comes in and we're acting like he's a fucking Hulk Hogan. He's on every fucking show. Every show, starting it, main eventing it, in the big brawls. It's Scooter McGee, bro. Bro! This guy's on Raw, too. Is anybody even realizing, like, this guy's in main events for SmackDown last night. He's on both shows. He's a Monday Night Raw wrestler. Literally, he's on their roster page as a Raw wrestler. 3H's says there's this big draft coming up in a few weeks. So you really want to stay true to the brand split right now, right? To make the draft feel more special, you would think. But of course, nobody's fucking thinking about this. Surely not Paul Levesque. So meanwhile, Scooter McGee is on every fucking show imaginable. The only thing left is for him to show up on Dynamite or fucking Rampage. Maybe he shows up in an Impact Zone. Maybe the local bingo hall with Luigi Lugnuts, Fuckwad Fred, and Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer. Anyway, that was the first segment. All 6 of these dudes brawl again. 4 straight shows in a row we've seen this fucking brawl. And at the end of the night, you'd see it some more, because Solo versus Matt Riddle, Scooter McGee, is your main event. With, of course, the Usos, Sammy, and Owens at ringside. Now, moving on, the first official match of the night, and the bulk of hour number 1 is L.A. Knight, yeah, versus Xavier Woods, no. Oh, and referee Jessica Carr was officiating, yeah. BC loves Jessica Carr, man. One of my favorite officials, I would go Earl Hebner, and his brother Dave Hebner a little bit, but Earl Hebner, I'd probably go referee Jessica Carr, a hard number 2. Then maybe I'd go Timmy White and Mike Chioda. I think that's going to be my top 4, I want to say. Yeah, not Shane. Shane wasn't a referee long enough. A lot of you guys don't realize Shane McMahon was a referee before anything else. Actually, he was setting up the rings. Then he became a referee. Vince McMahon made his son Shane. He made him climb the ladder, guys. He didn't just give him the silver spoon. He made this dude set up rings, fucking officiate, carry bags. Anyway, referee Jessica Carr was officiating. Now, with LA Knight versus Xavier Woods, this rematch, man, most of us are still dealing with the trauma from a month ago when Xavier defeated Knight in 2 minutes via the backdoor fruity roll-up. Half of me thought surely they're going to rectify this situation this time, right? But the other half of me said, well, this is WWE we're talking about. Their MO is to double down on stupidity. And sure enough, they did! They actually did double down on stupidity! Woods defeats L.A. Knight via the fruitiest of fucking roll-ups again! Again, Xavier Woods defeats L.A. Knight via the fucking roll-up. Fuck! And fuck! Are you serious? I know. Don't worry. He just needs to face adversity, Beasley. And then he'll be good to go, Beasley. He just needs to earn it a little more, Beasley. Beasley, over here. He just needs to face adversity, Beasley. That's what it is. Well, BC has a response to that. Fuck your adversity, numbnuts! L.A. Knight loses twice to Xavier Woods via fruit roll-ups. Seriously, bro? Anyway, could spend a half an hour on that subject, but I got planes to catch, meetings to attend, deals to finalize. I don't have time to be screaming about fucking LA Knight's fucking botched booking. I can fucking speak. Have another coffee, BC. Don't mind if I do. I don't have another half an hour right now to talk about the botched booking of somebody who should be winning non-stop matches. If you think somebody like L.A. Knight needs to face adversity, lose a bunch of times before they give him the rocket, you are an absolute numbnuts to the most amplified of measures, and thank goodness you don't run a wrestling promotion. Somebody like LA Knight, you just give the fucking rocket to, and let's see how high he can soar. But no, we'll play a fucking game just like we're playing with Cody Rhodes. Damien Priest versus Santos Escobar ends hour number 1. Damien takes the W with his choke slam. LWO. That doesn't really go, does it? It's not like the new world order. Yeah, you don't really have that with the no, it just sounds like we're having an aneurysm. All right, let's cut that out of the fucking shtick. LWO and the Judgment Day go brawl out post-match. So after Damien defeats Escobar, Judgment Day and LWO just go fisticuffs. Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, the last two standing in the middle of the ring. Rey Mysterio goes for the 619. Dominic gets saved by the Day of Judgment. The Day of Judgment pulls Dominic out of Dodge, and the 619 basically he completes the 619, just not on anybody. So basically it's on, I guess, John Cena, right? Because you can't see anybody. But he swings around and Dominic is already pulled to safety. So clearly these factions are destined for Puerto Rico, where they're absolutely going to collide. It should be fun. I don't know. I don't mind. These groups are pretty much, they're all invested into it. You know, they really did get even though it was Damien versus Escobar, you wouldn't think the crowd would be that into it. And this was not a hot crowd throughout by any means. But Zelina out there pumping them up. Rhea Ripley and Zelina have been, I don't know, they played their role pretty good in this. Dominic, Rey Mysterio, I thought this is pretty well done. I'm not going to shit on this. It's cool to see the LWO in some form or facet, you know, rekindled in honor of Eddie. And I'm really high on Judgment Day. I really think like this is the time where you give them the keys to the kingdom, man. Let's see what they do with the kingdom. Let's see their remodel. Let's see if they're gonna shine, man. You know, if the kingdom burns down, okay, you have nobody else to blame but them. But you give them the keys to that kingdom, and if that thing is shining brighter than ever, that kingdom you can see from miles away because it's shining so brightly, well, then you gotta give Judgment Day their flowers, bro. Now is the time to do such, I feel. So anyway, guys, that was our number 1 in its totality. Our number 2 started with a Women's Tag Championship celebration with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, Liv is out there in an all-white tight outfit, looking like a serving of whipped cream on a Sunday, brah. Now, the funny part here is before we went to commercial, you can clearly see, how do I put this? Well, her cherries were popping through her white top. So when we get back from commercial, Liv's white coat is completely buttoned up. Her hair is over her chest, and her title is over her hair and coat for added insurance. So clearly, 3H's was flipping out backstage at the cherries popping out of Liv Morgan's tight white top. That's the best way I can put it, guys, even though I say this program, this channel, these reviews, these podcasts are not for kids. You'd be surprised, man. How many different variations come across this fucking channel. So I'm trying to keep this as kosher as possible, all right? But I'm hoping you guys understand what happened here. We went to commercial, and Liv's how you doings were popping out. We come back, and she is completely covered up. 3H's clearly had to pull it on. Maybe Fox was in Triple H's ear, you know? Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? H is like, I don't know, man. I didn't see anything. It's funny, you guys remember D-Generation X back in the Attitude Era. They would actually go to commercial And live, they would be telling women in the crowd, Shawn Michaels and Paul Levesque, they would be telling women in the crowd to lift their tops. Literally, expose those breastises. Let the girls free! Puppies! As Jerry Lawler would call them. That was what we used to do back in the Attitude Era, guys. If you were there live, oh man, if you were like a teenager or a kid, man, the hot MILF next to you or behind you, keep an eye out because she was lifting that top when DX was out there. So it's just, it's funny to see where we are in 2023, where even the slightest sight of cherries popping out, man, and all of a sudden, nope, I think I see circles underneath that white top. I know what those are. You're not fooling me. Those are tidbit nipplies, aren't they? Anyway, guys, we come back from commercial, and Liv is totally bundled up like a fucking Eskimo on a fucking cool winter's day. And I don't even know what they're talking about at that point because I'm just laughing at that. And then you have Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. They come out and they talk some shit. I'm not totally sure how this segment ended, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I just remember Chelsea and Sonya out there thinking that doesn't even make sense. Sonya's from SmackDown. Chelsea was originally Raw. They somehow form a tag team now, and then now all of a sudden they're going for tag titles. I don't understand it, but I don't remember how this segment actually ended because BC was fully focused on two things at that point. Liv Morgan and ice cream sundaes. Don't ask. Moving on! Shinsuke Nakamura returns. Oh, by the way, guys, I do remember what it set up. Liv Morgan and Raquel are going to defend the tag titles against Chelsea and Sonya next week on SmackDown. We're also going to see Ricochet and Braun Strowman versus the Viking Raiders again for the 12th time. So next week is looking like an absolute snooze fest. Should be a joyous time for all of us. Anyway, Shinsuke Nakamura returns! Man, it was so good to see him. Love the all-black outfit he was sporting. He's taking on Madcap Moss, and Moss has his real-life girlfriend, Emma, in his corner for this match. So Moss is clearly playing the heel in this one. I don't remember him really turning heel, but he was full all-out heel last night. Truth be told, it didn't matter what he was because this was a straight-up 90-second squash match. Shinsuke hits Kinshasa and scores the W. Post-match, Madcap tries to cheap shot Nakamura, but Naka locks in an armbar. Emma is able to drag Madcap out of the ring to safety. That's pretty fucking embarrassing, bro, if you're Madcap. First, your girlfriend watches you lose in 90 seconds. Then she's gotta save you afterwards because you're being bitch slapped after the fact. That's fucking sad, bro. Oh, bro. I was thinking like, poor Madcap. He just lost so many points, man. Like there's a new man of the house when they get home. Anyway, main event, Scooter McGee versus Solo Sikoa. Before the match, Paul Heyman announces that in 2 weeks in Corpus Christi, Texas, on SmackDown, we will get the rematch from the Night 1 WrestleMania main event, Usos versus Sami and KO for the tag titles. Is this, BC's going to ask this now, is this when they lose the titles? Remember, guys, May 27th, there's a big premium live event in Saudi Arabia titled Night of Champions. Now, we know Sami Zayn and KO, they do not go to Saudi, so they cannot have the titles come May 27th. What a shitty situation for Sami and KO. I really feel bad for him. I don't know how this even got to this point, man. Why certain decisions were even made if this was the conclusion. But it's the Night of Champions. You have to have the tag titles defended, and we know for a fact there is no way under the sun on green grass we're going to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in Saudi. I'm telling you that right now. You can bank on it. So it's new champions, or you somehow come up with an angle to why Sammy and KO can't defend on that night. That's the only thing I can conclude, guys. There's no other way around it. So again, I beg the question, is that the night that they lose the titles so soon after WrestleMania? In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. So basically, they don't even make it out of April, guys. They win it on April 1st. They lose it on April 28th. Man, that's going to be an interesting show. Sammy and KO are at ringside here for Scooter McGee. The Usos are in the corner of Solo Sikoa. After a few minutes, the referee has enough with all four of those dudes and kicks them all away from ringside. We go to commercial break. When we come back, it's just Scooter McGee and Solo. It doesn't last for long. Usos end up rearing their fucking faces back at ringside. Owens and Zayn come back to ringside. They all start brawling. Through the chaos, Solo defeats Riddle 1-2-3 with the Samoan spike. Post-match, Sikoa hits a Uranagi on Matt Riddle over the commentary table and then flips the table on top of Scooter McGee. And that's pretty much how we end the show. Scooter is engulfed in a commentary table, thriving in pain like 4.5 months ago when Solo took him out before. And Solo is saying a bunch of shit in Samoan, and Michael Cole is really pumping the fact that he is the beast of the bloodline. And you know what? If Roman's not going to show up to work ever, you're going to have to make Solo Sikoa the fucking beast. And that ends the show, guys. So, that is SmackDown for April 14th, 2023. If you're asking my thoughts as a whole, I mean, that's the review. That's as fair as a review that you're going to get in this community. I mean, I ran down the whole show, gave you my honest thoughts, trajectories on where this is going, what's right, what's wrong. I still feel like WWE is lost right now. I just feel like they don't know where they're going. If you were to tell me that an hour before the show, they're just taking a couple of Post-it notes and some crayons and writing a bunch of gibberish and putting it out there for all of us to view, I would not say that you're lying. I would actually believe it, guys, because that's what it comes across as. Nothing on this show last night, nothing, guys, was creative. Nothing would take more than 10 minutes to write on a Post-it note with a crayon. And we've been saying that ever since coming out of WrestleMania Night 2. So, was this a little better than last Friday? Maybe. Was it better than any of the Monday Night Raws recently? Absolutely. But they're still just lost. I don't see any clear direction, and I don't see a lot that's getting me personally excited for the future. Not for Backlash in Puerto Rico, and not May 27th for the Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. No show coming up. There's no storyline. There's nothing that's intriguing me on another level right now. That all ended at WrestleMania. So when they tell us that there's more story to tell, just be patient, they're lying. Or it's just really shitty storytelling. Because this is not it. You can tell they had nothing planned for after WrestleMania. And if the one thing that we did hear they had planned, which was Brock and Cody, you can tell that they called the botched audible. And it was supposed to be Cody winning the titles, because Brock would then take out Cody for a reason. He couldn't take on Roman anymore, so he was waiting. He was biding his time. And when Cody got the titles, he jumped like a hyena on prey. And then we get the main event at Backlash, which is going to be Cody and Brock anyway. Just now it's not for a title, and there's no reason for Brock to attack Cody, so none of it makes sense. So my point is, the one thing that we heard they did have planned after Mania, even that got botched and doesn't make sense because they called the botched audible and kept the titles on Roman. It's a trickle-down effect. And for anybody going, man, we're still talking about this? You guys got to give it up, man. Move on. We can't. We literally fucking can't. Everything you're seeing stems from the botch, numbnuts. We would love to just stop talking about it. But nothing makes fucking sense. Nothing is interesting. Nothing is captivating. Nothing is working right now. And it all started from that botch Sunday night during that main event of WrestleMania Night 2. It's sad to say. And ever since, man, even last night's show, nothing's... Next week, look at those matches, man. Liv and Raquel versus Chelsea and Sonya. Viking Raiders versus Ricochet and Braun again! Xavier Woods versus Gunther next week. Wow! Sign me up for giving so many fucks. I cannot wait. I am holding back my excitement with great restraint right now. Can't you tell? Gunther and Xavier Woods. That's exactly what we want to see. Next week, it just looks like a bunch of fucking matches being thrown out there. Again, where is the creativity? Where is the fun in these shows, man? Where's the storylines we could sink our teeth into? There's nothing. Please don't fool yourself. Definitely don't try to fool BC or anybody in the Amplified unit. Red Team, go! And my gold card members, my channel members, because nobody's going to believe that shit. You'd only be fooling yourself. WWE needs to find itself, man. It is lost right now. We hope it can. BC will be watching vividly. I'll be covering these shows. Monday Night Raw next week. SmackDown. We'll be hitting the circuit, man. We'll be catching all these shows, and we will be there, man, supporting and being vocal when shit is bad, praising when shit is good, like we did leading up to WrestleMania for several segments and storylines and character development. Man, there was a lot of positive going into Mania. So you also got to eat shit when it's not so positive. And this is one of those times. Anyway, guys, I can keep going on and on, but I actually can't. I got to go close some deals, catch some flights, and stay amplified. I hope you guys do the same, man. Enjoy your weekend. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for another amazing week on the channel, man. It's been one hell of a month already. We're only halfway through it. But it's already one of the best months on the channel. I thank you guys big time. I know the last several vids have been straight podcast, audio format only type reviews and podcasts. But next week, hopefully, we can be back in the studio in front of the camera. But no matter how you guys are viewing or listening, thank you guys so much for doing such. The Amplified unit, we the ones. All the rest, far distant twos. Think, be, live, amped always. Top guy, I'm out. Till next time. And there will be a next time. BC saying check you.